Oh boy. Yep. I'm so disorganized. It's not even funny. But if you know me, you'll know by now that I'm very disorganized. I've always been disorganized. Anyway, um, yeah, I haven't been on for a while. I have a question from somebody in my group, and I'm just going to read it to you. Let's see here. How can we as a collective expand to assist others awakening or on their journey? Okay, so I'm finding this quite a fascinating question. Where am I? Am I coming up to myself here? Okay, so I am finding this a little bit of a fascinating question because we all want to know. I'm so disorganized. Oh boy. Oh, see how disorganized I am? There we go. Okay. Too much sound on. I'm trying. I try. You got to give me that, right? Okay. What was the question? How can we help others in their awakening, in their awakening process? And the reason I like this question is because there's so many different ways that we can handle situations like this. The one way I like to handle it, you know what, I should start with good evening. My name is Linda. You can see on the screen there. Like I said, I'm very disorganized. Maybe that should be my calling card. I'm the disorganized tarot reader. There's so many ways that you can deal with this question, and this is one way to deal with the question. Absolutely. I love doing this stuff. I love to know what the cards are going to tell me regarding this answer. The Akashic records, definitely, tarot, angels. And by the way, a little shout out to Sherry. Thank you very much, Sherry, for these lovely cards. Let me just show you the box here. Thank you so much, Sherry. I hope that's not backwards for you, but thank you so much. They're beautiful cards. You'll have to bear with me. I have to use the book because I'm not used to this deck, so I am going to connect. But anyway, back to my question. What I like to tell people when they're trying to assist others is, and I've heard other people say the same thing, and you know, a good friend of mine said we have the same opinion on this. If you're going to assist somebody in their awakening process, it's a very good idea that you wait for them to be ready. If we try and force our process on them, it's going to hinder their growth. They're gonna back off. And so it's very, very important that we maintain that open dialogue. But again, you have to wait for them to approach you and say, I need some help. As much as we want to help them, and you know, we can see what they need, but we can't do that. That being said, once they do approach you and say, hey, I see you are progressing in certain ways, how can I get to a higher level? I need some assistance. So it's really important that you wait for them to ask for that help. And how do we help? Well, let's see what some of these cards have got to say. This was my very first tarot deck. It's huge. Look at the size of it. It's absolutely huge. It's hard to shuffle. I don't think I've ever really used it aside from just playing around with it. But, you know, all I've ever done really is just shuffle it, but it's so big. It's certainly not a cafe deck where you can stick it in your purse and, you know, sit at a little bistro table and, you know, just throw some cards down in some coffee cups and you just can't do that because of the size of it. It's a heavy deck, but they're really nice pictures in here. It's a beautiful deck. All right. And you'll have to also excuse me. I don't memorize the cards. I try and use my intuition as much as possible. But again, I have a hard time remembering what I did yesterday morning, let alone memorizing all these decks. I've got a lot of decks. So I can't say I'm a hoarder, but I do have a lot of decks. This one is brand new, so I thought, you know what, let's give it a test drive and see what we can come up with. I'm feeling good about this deck. Who was this one by? Bradley Valentine. The artwork is by Steve A. Roberts. Yeah, Bradley Valentine. And luckily for me, I got it. Well, I didn't get it on Valentine's Day. I got it a couple of days before Valentine's Day. So that's my Valentine's gift. So thank you. Thank you again, Sherry. I'm so appreciative of this deck. But yeah, it's trying to shuffle a new deck. It's well, if you've ever read cards, you'll know what I mean, shuffling the new deck. Anyway, so back to my question. I'm just trying to get a feel for the cards and see what I need to start. If anything can come out here, you know, Spirit wants to give me a hand here and just kind of throw a card out or two. Give me some jumpers. Oh, there's a jumper. What do we got here? Oh, we got 3 jumpers. Look at that. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, I mean, this is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely amazing. My question is, how can we assist others to gain a better awakening? But again, we do need to wait for them to be ready. We need to wait for them to ask. So, my glasses. Excuse me. Might be a little background noise. I have a little dog here. Okay. Leading up into the question, how can we help others, you know, build up to their, sorry, she's trying to get food out of an empty bowl and it's not working. How can we get more, how can we very cautiously help others with their awakening process, their ascension process? Be part of their community. If you bring them into your community, there's that, it's a process of osmosis. They're going to see what you're doing. They're either going to be intrigued, interested, or they're going to say, yeah, this is not for me. Those people that say this is not for me, they're just not ready, and we have to respect that. And so we can still, you know, be friends, family. We can still be connected to them, but just know that if they say that they're not ready for that, you gotta back off. But if they come to you and they say, hey, you know what, I really want to learn more about the ascension process, have them in your community. Just kind of get them so that they're more comfortable with this new, oh boy, for lack of a better word, this new lifestyle that they're about to learn. And this is all about community. 8 of Roses. Let me just clarify that. Where's my book? Again, I don't, oh, look at that. It just fell right on the page there. Indicates that it's time for you to join or rejoin your group, tribe, Sangha, whatever you call it. It is a community that connects you with others of like mind. Okay, so that's your community card right there. And that's a good way to bring people in, not like a cult. Sorry, as I'm reading that to myself, I thought, wow, yeah, we're not doing some cult work here. We're just allowing people to come and learn a new thing, a new way of life. In your current situation, currently, I put up here, is your 5 of Forces, your winter and summer. seasonal. Yeah, obviously it's seasonal. There may be something that you can do to accelerate your personal life. I'm not sure what that has to do with it. However, this may also be the perfect time for you to take steps towards your personal goals. Okay, so when you're dealing with somebody who's ready to move forward, to start ascending, to start healing and start learning more, I mean, social events, fun activities, just get them, these two cards are working side by side. Get them involved. The change of seasons, it's not necessarily changing of seasons. It's bringing a change to your lifestyle of who you are. We're going to clarify these cards anyway. Wishes fulfilled. So 5 of Keys. Wishes fulfilled. As you are working with them, provided that they're agreeing to working side by side, maybe a mentorship, maybe that's something you could do. Where is my page here? It's at the back where it's not supposed to be. Okay, so 5 of Keys. It's a sign. This is a card. Sorry, this card is a sign that the time has come for your wishes to be fulfilled. Okay, so if somebody comes to you, in your community, they're looking for a change, mentor them, gently mentor them. Don't push them. Don't, I shouldn't say don't, because that's a very aggressive way of saying it, but try not to force things on them. Answer any questions that they have. And as they grow, their wishes are going to be fulfilled, and you're going to have the gift of seeing that person grow and learn a new way of life, a new way of thinking, their ascension process. You are going to be able to witness that. And that is a huge gift every time you see somebody going through a new process. But I'm going to clarify these again. I love my Akashic cards. I'm so hooked on them. If Spirit could give me a couple of cards here to clarify, just a couple of jumpers here. Oh, that one just about jumped out. Jumper. Architect. Okay, Architect. We're going to build on things. We're going to build and build and build. Oh, okay. I like this one. This card here, it wasn't a jumper, but I just felt like dropping it or pulling it out. But this particular card reminds me of my mentor who, wow, that's a lot of information right there. That's a lot. I'm just going to ask Spirit to narrow that down, please. Oh, gee whiz, you're really wanting to get the point across here. Okay. Oh, Spirit did narrow it down. So I guess I should thank Spirit. Okay, so the Architect here, the Architect means it's all about building your foundation. So as the people that are looking to grow, when you bring them into your community, you're, again, process of osmosis, just slowly bring them in. It's like learning a new language, because really that's what it is. You're learning pretty much a whole new language. And essentially what you're doing is you're building the foundations to that new way of life. Okay, so you're going to be building the foundations with the Architect. As you change, you're also going to be able to learn more about who you are, your inner self. You're going to be able to teach them to connect with their higher self. And don't, there's a huge lesson that people need to learn as they're growing, as they're ascending, is that inner voice. You have to separate ego from higher self. And so if you're hearing voices in your head and guiding you to a certain place, you have to trust that it is your higher self. It's not your ego that is, just, it's your own voice, your own physical voice that you're hearing. What do we got here? Initiation and the Count Saint Germain. Okay, well, that's a little daunting. but you're going to, as you grow, you're going to be able to connect with spirit a little bit more, and you're going to be able to trust. You're going to be able to trust yourself, really, to differentiate between your higher self and ego-based voices that you hear. It's not going to be imagination. It's going to be your higher self that is helping guide you. And my mentor is crossed over. She's now one of my spirit guides. I don't see her very often, but when I do call on her, she's there. But you're going to be able to have a connection with your spirit guide as well. And your spirit guide, believe me, your spirit guide will not steer you wrong. Your spirit guide, once you connect, you're going to be able to trust everything that your spirit guide says. It's just a feeling. It's not something that you can describe really or learn. It's just something in your heart. Something in your heart tells you, this is my spirit guide, and I'll pay attention to that. Yeah, and I'm just going to clarify that. I'm just going to look in the book here. Saint Germain and the purple flame. Is that a purple flame? Yeah. Okay, this card shows a dark and difficult situation that seems to have you trapped. Okay. It could be hurtful, empty relationship. Sorry. It could be a hurtful, empty relationship or unhappy, just a stalemate of a job. You can be stuck somewhere. Okay. I'm just trying to get a feel for this particular card. Definitely this has got something to do with this, you're being stuck. Okay, even if these limiting situations and actions are strong, they are self-imposed. These are yours. Oh, wow. I like that connection. These limitations are self-imposed. Okay. So if you're stuck in a job, if you're stuck in an apartment that you don't want to be in, and believe me, if I told you what my situation is right now, I would tell you, you'd think that this card was for me. But if you're stuck, those are self-imposed limitations. And it's Saint Germain. Don't let the ruins of your past ruin your future. You have the power to climb now. Okay. So we've got a change of life. Sorry, it's very dry in here. We have a change of life, or change of directions, basically. So at this point, the person that you're working with, or not working with, but the person that you want to work with, that is approaching you and wants to change, help them build the foundations for that change. Gently teach them how to listen to their higher self, how to meditate. Oh gosh, I can't promote meditation enough. And they have to come to that, that realization that the limitations are self-imposed. But once you remove these self-imposed limitations, the wishes are going to be fulfilled. Now, what do we have here? The lightning bolt. Okay. The lightning bolt. That's quite a, yeah. I don't know that I might have pulled that card about 2 years ago. Eight of Forces, the lightning bolt. This card, okay, so this card shows that it's a time of splitting apart. Okay. Splitting apart. So you're going, oh, okay, hold on. I'm learning this as you're learning it. Self-imposed limitations. You need to make that split with the old you, the old ways of doing things. Get out of that rut. I know there's a card in here about planting new seeds. At first glance, the event may seem sudden or unexpected, but the light that flashes, we see deep puddles, storm. Okay, let me keep going here. You may be feeling wounded, grieved, or gravely disappointed. The loss could be a career. Okay, so as the person that you're assisting, gently assisting, I gotta clarify that. The person that you're gently assisting is going to feel a sense of loss once they come to the realization that their limitations are self-imposed. That loss, of a job, of an apartment, or if they're just in a crummy relationship, anything like that. Once they come to that realization and they make that final leap, just be prepared, because if you know the Kubler-Ross, the 7 stages of dying, I mean, that's pretty much it right there. They're going to go through a sense of loss, grief. They're going to want to turn around and go back to the old ways, because change is scary for everybody. But just be there to encourage them as they grow, that wishes will be fulfilled. It is going to happen. Okay, let me just bring in some of these angel cards here just to kind of clarify some things here. And again, it's a brand new deck. Never used this before. I've used it on myself, but I'm not even going to call that a reading for myself, because the cards, when you buy a new deck, you know yourself that it takes forever to get them shuffled. You have to pretty much lay them all out onto a table and just pick them up one at a time, just randomly. Oh, there's one right there. There's some clarification right there. So 5 of Fire. Oh, there's a jumper. Ace of Air. Let me just get one more in here. One more in here. Hold on here. 3 of Air. Okay, now let's see what these cards mean. Okay. Okay, 5 of Fire. Okay. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Okay, let me just look in this big giant book. See this. Thank you, Sherry, for this giant book, because the tiny books are hard to see. They're hard to read. What are we? 5 of Fire. Age of Fire. 8, 7. 5 of Fire. Okay. This card can also represent more benign challenges such as athletic competitions, contests at work, and yeah, but I don't think reaching for your higher self, reaching for more spiritual goals, more ascension. You want to ascend. I don't think it has anything to do with um, physical challenges, as in like a foot race or baseball games, hockey games, that sort of thing. I don't think that's what they're working towards here. Wands posted in the ground present themselves in a configuration that appears to block our way. We can't get past them or even see what's going on behind them. Okay. So at the moment, yeah, so the clarification is these wands here are presenting a challenge, and it's the challenge is getting to this, getting here, getting to the to the point where you say the words, hey, can you help me out here? can you show me what's going on? That's your challenge right there. And this necessarily isn't a challenge with another person. This is more of an inner challenge. So that's what I'm seeing there. And Ace of Air, brilliant new ideas, inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. Okay, I love this because here we have the seasons of change, and as you're changing, you're going to start seeing your spirit guides, you're going to start seeing or listening to your higher self. And so that's what that one is more about. Let me just clarify in the book here. Air. No, I think I'm going the wrong way. Water, air. Okay. Ace of Air. The Ace of Air can be challenging as many people misunderstand this card. Well, maybe I did. Maybe I just misunderstood this card. Some believe it is a sign of being asked to give up on an important endeavor. When we run into obstacles while attempting to manifest our plans, we may think, oh, well, I guess I'm supposed to move forward. No, not necessarily. This is you wanting to move forward, or if you're the person that is mentoring or assisting, you're not saying that you have to move forward. What you're saying basically is if you want to move forward, it is going to be a challenge. Start with those brilliant new ideas. And what else do we have here? Inspiration. So be an inspiration to that person that wants to start the change. Three of Air. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. This one has a lot to do, and I'm going to bring in another card here to clarify, but I'll probably need that book again. So the Three of Air is saying here, great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself and others. Okay, so now we've got this. Okay, and again, I mentioned the 7 stages of dying. There's shock. I can't remember what they are in order. There's the shock of the loss of a death, but it's not may not be a physical death. You've lost a family member or a friend or a pet or somebody, not necessarily that, but excuse me. But the big change, if you are letting go of something, that can feel like a huge loss, and it can take a lot of energy to get over that loss. Great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. Okay, and as you are dealing with this particular loss, it's really important You know, if you reach out to your mentor or mentors, if you're listening, mentors, it's really important that you recognize what people are going through as they're changing. We've gosh, I don't know how many dark nights of the soul I've gone through, but I don't even know why I take my head off the pillow anymore, really, because I've gone through so many of them. Let me just clarify again. Just going to clarify again really quick here. I hope I'm still online. Let me just double check something. I am online. Okay. Okay. Just going to clarify here. Oh, wait. They're coming in and they're telling me to pay attention to these cards here. Page of Water, Page of Air, Life Experience, Ego. This is Archangel Jophiel. Oh my, look at all these messages. I don't even think I'm going to need my other deck here. It's just going to be, okay. Page of Water, a new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heighten psychic abilities. Huh. Look at that. Look at that right here. So as you have, if you are a mentor or you're looking for a mentor, somebody new is going to be coming into your life that you can either guide or that you can learn from. And again, if you're guiding somebody, then as you're guiding that person, you're going to be learning new skills yourself. So the more you guide somebody, the more knowledge you gain. These are incredible cards. Yeah, so just kind of be on the lookout for that new person. These cards just fell out. Page of Air, logical, honest, impulsive, curious. So challenging information, delays, change to plans, truth delivered without tact. Yikes. Okay. Be careful. Remember in the very beginning, I said, if somebody comes to you and they're asking for help, or if you see, sorry, I should rephrase that. If you see somebody that needs help, but they haven't asked for it, you have to be very tactful. Because if you make an assumption and start teaching somebody, you know, again, psychic abilities, teach them how to speak with their higher self. And if they're not ready, they're going to back off and you may not recover that person again. They have to be ready. So be very tactful. Because this information is very challenging. Okay. It's very, very challenging. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. Okay. Wow. I mean, those two right there. As I'm describing this one, this card is saying, just be patient. Use, yeah, just be very, very quiet, a very respectful approach. You don't want to be frightening people off. And again, we've got, okay, so you have the person that we need to, or that needs to be awakened, the person that is trying to ascend, or they're just coming into everything. They all their everything that's holding them back is self-imposed. Okay, and so we've discussed that before. Okay, life experiences. Okay, a significant life event, powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. Okay, so this is just kind of this is sort of a guidance to this. It's time for you to spread your wings. It's time for you to learn to accept those powerful revelations that are coming in. Okay. Again, it's going to be scary. Oh, okay. 3 of fire. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. So this card here, wishes fulfilled. Okay. So wishes fulfilled. Make long-term plans. I swear this is my reading. Isn't that something? Just be gentle on yourself. You do have some new things. Those new ways of life, they're going to be very difficult to deal with at first. When I was taking some classes, when I was taking some classes, the self-awareness, that was hard on me. That was very, very hard on me. I didn't want to deal with who I was. So that was really difficult. What I did realize was that my limitations were self-imposed. Things look very good. Have patience, make long-term plans. Okay. So you're going to make long-term plans to not go back to the self-imposed limitations. Start, dealing more with the new things. Be prepared to forgive yourself. Okay, as this part of the tree peels away from you. This is you here. Whichever side you're going on, it doesn't matter. Whichever side peels away, just remember you have the power to forgive yourself. Now, this is going to be the final card here. Oh, wow. These cards they're not being very nice to you guys tonight. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things. Negative. Okay. So I'm going to take that back. So again, just be very, very aware of the self-entrapment, because once you peel this away, the first intuition or first feeling that we have is we got to go back. We can't deal with this new stuff. But towards your ability to see your higher self, what you're going to be able to do is come up and forgive yourself, because you have a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things. Just remember that your higher self doesn't connect to material items. And negative and fear-based thoughts and feelings, they're going to hold you back. They're going to keep pulling you back towards this area right here. Try not to, I'm guilty of it. I totally am. I got called out last night for saying it, excuse me, for saying something positive and then saying, but. And then, I had a bunch of people saying, what was that word you just said? That brings you right back to the negative. You could say a million positive words, but as soon as you say, but, then that negates all that positivity that you just imposed on yourself and other people. Let me just, so that's those cards there. I'm just looking at the time here. You just have to be very careful of how you bring up the question. Again, I don't want you to force anything on anybody. Don't Don't say, you know what you need. Those are fighting words, though. Those are fighting words. If you say, you know what you need, yeah, I know what I need. Let me just see here. I'm just going to pull 3 of these cards here just to kind of clarify this whole reading. These are giant cards. They're so big. Okay. We've got the 6 of Swords. We've got the Page of Swords. And this is just kind of an overall reading on what I just, and 7 of Pentacles. Okay. And again, I have to refer to my book because I don't have anything memorized. So as pertaining to the reading that I just did about assisting others in their awakening process, how do you gently do it? That's really what the cards are saying, is just allow them to come to you, allow them to have their moment of feeling lost, and you know those stages of loss. But then also encourage them to forgive themselves and forgive others, even if they don't want to forgive others. You know, just kind of explain that forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean forgiving other people for doing wrong things. It's forgiving yourself so that you can move on. 6 of Swords. Lord of Science. Okay. Okay, so you're passing through. Okay. So you're passing through a difficult time. Look at that. So you're passing through a difficult time. So the difficult time is that ascension process, that awakening process. That is so hard to do. It gets to the point where, you know, I've seen people in the middle of their ascension process and think, I have to go to the doctor because there's something wrong with me. And of course, you're going to get medicated. So just be aware that it is a difficult process. And let me see here. The Lord of Science appears in I don't see the Lord of Science here. Okay. Appears in a reading when we have passed through a stormy or difficult time into the safety of a sheltered harbor where we can recuperate and consider the difficulties which have arisen. So this is just telling me that as you ascend, as you start to learn more and more about the process, about ascension, awakening, and again, it has a lot to do with what's going on globally. As you're awakening, just know that we've come through a difficult time and we'll be in safe harbor. And so that safe harbor is just on the other side of these swords. The Page of Swords here, I like him. Receiving a message which contains important information. He may be testing your reaction to dramas created. Okay, so he's testing you. He's not pushing you down. He's testing your strength. Okay. And when you get to the point where you're learning some things that you don't want to hear, whether it's the ascension process or you're learning new global, I don't know, we're peeling the onion every day and we're finding out more and more things that's going on around our countries and our globe. And it's just know that if you get to a point where you are unable to handle that news, that new bit of news, it's the Page of Swords, and he's just testing your strength. And and if you know anything about testing strength, you'll know that it's something. If you don't have an opposing force, you're not able to grow. And so just think of the Page of Swords as your opposing force, okay? He's not here to push you down or judge or anything. He's just here to say, you think you're tough? Well, show me what you got. Okay, show me what you're doing here. And standing up to the Page of Swords is what you're going to be doing, okay? Seven of Pentacles is going to be your final outcome. Okay. Okay, so you got fear of failure, fear of loss. And again, it's and again, like the other two sets of cards here, this final outcome is a lot to do with patience. Be patient with your outcome. Ascending is not going to happen in one day. Learning the Akashic records is not going to happen in one day. Learning about the global strife that's been going on for the past, well, 60, 70, 80 years is not going to happen in one day. If you are going to consume all that news, all that brand new stuff in one day, it's going to be a huge setback for you. So be patient, allow information to come to you. Oops, losing my pages here. If you believe you will fail, then you surely will. Okay. But, and there's me being negative again. Actually, no, I'm correcting a negative. If you believe that you will succeed, then you will. If you know you will succeed, then you will. Okay. So again, just be patient. There's a lot of information to take in, a lot of information to take in. The ascension process, you're not going to learn that in one day. The first time you meet your spirit guide, it's going to be a shock to your system. I'm going to be very truthful. It is a shock to your system. But I'll tell you, wow, it's one of those shocks to your system that you'll never forget. It's an incredible feeling, knowing that you have an angel standing beside you, or anything like that. It's an incredible feeling. Please be patient while you're learning this process, okay? And as a mentor, I don't want you to force that person, and I can't stress that enough. If we start giving people information that they're not ready for, then we are essentially, what we're doing is we are interfering with their free will. Okay. And so if there are ways that it can be done. Again, I just want to really bring forward patience. Okay, just be patient. If you know somebody that has been angry for the past 2 years, a family member that has fallen away because they oppose your views, just keep them by your side. Allow them to know that no matter what happens, you're still going to be there for them, because there's some new things coming out. They're probably just as scared as everybody else. They may not show it, but I bet you they are. Anyway, this was great. I mean, I think that answered the question in the group there. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to post a link to my website. I'm going to post a link to my group, and if you could find it in your heart to help me out with PayPal, I would be beyond grateful for that. Anything that anything can help right now. You have no idea. I have some people that I need to speak with because of my situation. But anyway, that's really kind of the gist of the answer. Really, is patience. Just be patient. People are going to be whether it's ascension, awakening, peeling that global onion. Um, they're going to be able to come through. Page of Swords is going to challenge them and saying, hey, you think you're able to handle this? Well, how about this? And then this, and that. And the Page of Swords is going to keep throwing more and more challenges at them. But at the end, you're going to be able to, as long as you're patient, you're going to be fine. You're going to get through this in one piece. You might have a few bumps and bruises and scrapes and cuts, maybe a black eye or two, but that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, thank you. If you like this reading, please like and share my reading. This is not this particular reading is not, doesn't have a time frame on it. It is for any time. Okay. And if you like it, please share, like, subscribe, and